Hey friends, welcome to the bathroom. So I am often talking about your quadricep muscles and keeping them strong. I've even talked to you about not getting stuck on the toilet, my active agers. So why do we need to keep our quadricep muscles strong? Because of things like toilet seats. So when you go to sit down, this is pretty low. And when you go to stand up, I mean, you might be able to use something like this, but sometimes there's not stuff around you that you can push off of for you to stand up. You need these muscles strong so that you can stand. Now, if you say, but my toilet in my home is high, great. But not everywhere that you go has high toilets. Some hotels don't have higher toilets. Some restaurants, they might have the handicapped, but if that's occupied, you're gonna get a lower toilet seat. You have to be able to get off the toilet. And to do so, you use your quadricep, your thigh muscles. So I think often too, the toilets sometimes are even lower than our chairs that we have in our living room or our dining room. You need to activate these muscles. I'm going to give you proper squat format coming up, but I just wanted to give you the visual of being in the bathroom and going to sit on the toilet and how low that actually is, and then what you need to do to get up. So the goal is not to have to use your hands and other parts of your body to push yourself up. The goal is to have strong enough leg muscles so that you can just rise. So when you're down, you just stand up. So this is something I want you to think about. This is one of the reasons having strong quadricep muscles is important. This isn't the only reason. This is a very kind of silly practical thing that you need to have, but even just for walking, you need to keep these muscles strong. So you're going to see the squat format that's best for you coming up and how to do a proper squat so that you don't hurt your back, you don't hurt your knees, and we can keep you working on these leg muscles and keep them strong. So we've talked about squat patterns and why they're important. I've showed you the toilet. So let's focus on form here a little bit. We know why we need to be able to stand up. We know that we need to use our quadricep muscles to stand up. So what is proper squat form? So to practice this so that you keep those quadricep, those thigh muscles strong, you practice squats, okay? So you can stand about shoulder distance apart. Your legs and feet are shoulder distance apart. Sometimes hip distance is okay too. So, but not too narrow, not too wide. And you're going to up and down, just up and down. That's a squat. Now, let me show you from the side. You squeeze your abdominal muscles and you squat up and down. And now some of you may say, hey, knees not so good, arthritis. That's cool. Do it a little bit more shallow, because even if you do it a shallow squat, you can still engage those quadricep muscles. Even here, they're still engaged. One thing you want to watch is you don't want to be pushing forward. You want to make sure when you get that squat that you're pushing your butt back. And so I have a bench here. You can practice on a chair. But if I was going to do it and I didn't want to do the squat pattern, I just wanted to practice, I would lower myself down. Now the goal then is to not have to push back up, because when you're on the toilet, what do you have to push off of? But you want to be able to try to get up on your own. But that's one way to try. You can have something behind you so that you don't have to worry about falling or your knees. There's always something for you to fall back on that way. But here, really, squeeze your abs, shoulders back and down, and you're going to just simply squat. And what you do with your hands doesn't matter. You can do jazz hands if you want, wave your hands around. But this is what you want to watch out for when you're squatting. You don't want your knees going in, okay? So so almost as if you're going to separate the floor with your feet, and that will in turn rotate the knees out to the angle that they should be at. And this is shallow. Right here is shallow, very shallow squat. And then lower yourself down deeper as you become more confident and you feel your leg muscles getting strong. That's how you keep these muscles strong. That's how you don't allow them to atrophy. That's how you continue to be able to get off of the toilet. Okay? So quadricep muscles, you have to keep them strong. Squats are one of the main ways that we strengthen these muscles. I hope this was helpful.